Let's go. Man, I always love me some Del Taco, but I don't get to eat it anymore, which is a shame because the taco is pretty delicious. Almost better than a Pollo Loco. Here we go. Let the fly out. Adios, fly. Fly goes out. Fly goes out. Man, it's a beautiful evening. I think the fly actually went out. Hit the road, Jack. I hope everybody's doing well. I caught some of the ethics commission today. Palm trees. I think I saw a shirt once for like YG. It was like palm trees, gangbangers, and sunshine. And I was like, whoa, that is some seriously legit signage. No, the fly is still in here. Why will it not go out? All right, we got a fly situation. Fly goes out. The fly is gonna go out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adios, amigo. Kind of worked. I think it's out. Flies are problems. Nope, it's still in here. Maybe the roof? If I open up the roof, maybe it'll go out. The flies just do what they want, and I might be the lord of the flies. Fly, go away. Shoot fly, shoot. It's a beautiful evening. Kind of worked. No, it's still in here. Once they get in, it's really hard to get them out. Like, maybe it's just a desert fly thing, but they do not go away. And I'm behind on all kinds of things, playing catch up. There we go. Maybe a little better. It's like getting the focus right. Yeah, but anyways, it's a beautiful evening in the desert, dressed up, always popping collars, and I love this time of day. I love the dusk. Some people are creatures of the night, but I like dusk. And some people are morning people. I'm like, how are you a morning person? Like, up that early, ready to rise. One time I went to the desert and like I was getting up every morning to like see the sunrise, but I have not gotten up to see the sunrise, and I really should, because like that is the most beautiful time of the day in the desert, if you ask me. Even more than sunshine, even more than sunset. So beautiful evening. I kind of don't miss the LA City Ethics Commission. I just got to be honest about that. I don't miss the LA City Ethics Commission. Everybody there is guilty. Nobody has a good excuse. And it's in the most ridiculous room in LA City Hall. So I'm not going to miss those meetings entirely. They're going to have to make those far more entertaining if they want to keep my attention on them. I'm like, you have to seriously punish people. Like, the LA City Ethics Commission, if you don't know, they can only levy, like, it was $5,000 for infractions, for each infraction, and you max that out at like $15K. And then supposedly they've increased it, but I didn't understand what the proposed increase was. And I like to think I'm pretty good at like understanding like rules and regulations, but I did not understand the LA City Ethics Commission's reform. And like, there's supposed to be like a charter reform commission happening that's gonna like further evaluate how to change Los Angeles. But I think they're still waiting to just figure out even who's on that, much less to begin. By the time Los Angeles reforms itself, hell will have frozen over. So that's why I call the LA City Ethics Commission the 11th level of hell. Because truly, to get yourself into that type of trouble, you have to mess up so bad. So bad. Like, you have to severely screw up to end up in that much trouble that you're getting slow fine at an amount that most of the people who are getting fined can easily afford. Like, can you imagine finding a millionaire, like a multimillionaire, $5,000 for breaking the city charter? That's ridiculous. It's not enough money. So, like, real punishment needs to happen. Like, it cannot be just like the tiniest slap on the wrist. There we go. That's like, it's just laughable. Like, no. So the fines for ethics violations need to be seriously increased before anybody's gonna take that shit seriously. Otherwise, people are just gonna keep being bad actors. And like, you have to be a real bad actor to get investigated by the LA City Ethics Commission, which means somebody complained against you and that you were found guilty, that they have to consider sanctioning you. I applied to be an ethics investigator with LA City once. I didn't even get an interview. I was like, what? Like, how am I not qualified to investigate people who are actually bad actors? Like, what is up with that? I have no clue. Very strange, very weird. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful evening, if nothing else. This is my, like, lightly watched stream for today. Sometimes these are going to be more entertaining, other times, I don't know, but I just kind of like recording things in some ways. And like, hopefully I'm going to get back onto like the journalism beat here a little bit more. Life comes in the way. Like, I like literally like smoked out of Altadena. And I just hope, you know, like people down vibe it a little bit, because some of the like excessively like worked up like anger needs some serious anger management. Like, you can't go through your life being that angry, even at people who are breaking the law, right, who are getting fined for undermining the ethical basis of the city of Los Angeles. Like, no. So it is what it is, and you know, you just have to laugh at it. Like, I mean, public comment is great, but I like it better when the government actually works and punishes the people who are supposed to be getting punished. Like, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be grand? You know, like, come on. So, I'm gonna pass here. I support people, though, who want to go to LA's public meetings. Like, I'm not convinced that you can change anything by going to, like, municipal meetings, but I hope that, like, at least people show up, because otherwise it's even more insular than it needs to be. It is laughably insular. It is a non-functioning government, and that is truly the problem there. If it was more functional, if it made more sense, it would be a better government, but it's a bad government, and it makes no sense. So, I don't know, people can believe what they want to believe, but I don't think those people are capable of reforming themselves. Like, if LA City, right, was going to reform itself through its ethics process by encouraging good behavior, it would do it. But they don't do it. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's literally just the world's slowest moving disaster that you can't do anything about. Like, if you try to change something in Los Angeles, you will literally have so many people fighting you before you even have a chance that it won't change. It just won't change. And that is a problem. And that's part of the reason why I personally am happy to have left Los Angeles, because they are incapable of reforming themselves. They just can't figure it out. And that's a problem. That is a big, big problem. Man, this is slow. So that is my rant for today. I don't know. I guess they got to rename like more things or something. I like the dead name for Gulf of Mexico. It was like I can't even say it. Like I need to work through the dead name to get it right in the first place. So shout out to the people who are actually doing the work. Who are at least trying to change Los Angeles through hard work. Because, like, it's going to take hard work. Otherwise, all the public and the common in the world, those people are not listening. Like, they're just not. And, like, the last LA City Ethics Commission meeting I went to, I got scolded for talking during it. They were like, sir, like, we can hear you talking. And it was just comedic. I was like, yes, clearly me talking during the meeting is the problem with LA City Ethics. Like, that is the problem. Like, get rid of this journalist. We don't need a journalist. He's self-proclaimed. I saw somebody say that. They're like, he's a self-proclaimed journalist. And I'm like, okay, so you just want corporate media to shove shit down your throat? Like, to just spoon feed you. Like, corporate media, spoon feed me more. Make it easy for me. Just tell me everything I need to know. Like, what do I need this for, right? Like, come on. I don't know. I guess I should be talking about Pizzagate or something, or the Department of Government Efficiency, right? Like, if the LA City Ethics Commission can't reform Los Angeles, how is a Department of Government Efficiency that runs on lies going to change anything? It's not. It's a joke. Like, Elon Musk is playing people for fools, and like the sad part is they succeed at this. They can pick up the audience by lying. Lying works. You can lie all you want and nobody's going to stop you. It's really quite comedic. And I just hope that people still believe a little bit that the truth is out there, right? That, like, you can't just lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and deceive and cheat and steal. Because the lying leads to deception, it leads to cheating, it leads to stealing. And, like, certainly one thing I find terrifying about the current social media landscape is how easily social media enables this unethical behavior. It enables it. Social media is like the syrup of corruption these days. And it's crazy how the people who are really, really powerful are able to use social media, right, to manipulate society. They literally are using it to manipulate society. And people, even when they know this, they accept that there's very little they can do, right? Because this is like a crowd behavior, a herd behavior. It's a mob behavior. And it's really just about us wanting, right, to open our eyes to the actual truth of what's really happening. And usually the people who don't want the truth about what's usually happening try to suppress it. And, like, that is the real suppressive. Like, the people who are trying to suppress the truth are the real suppressives. And I spent enough time standing out on a sidewalk, hearing people talk about this, to understand, what suppressive means, much less my own life experience of dealing with powerful organizations that want to suppress the truth, right? They always want to kill the whistleblower. They want to drive the journalists away. They don't want people talking, because if you keep people quiet, you keep them complacent. And keeping people complacent is the gall of itself, right? Like, we were promised, cheap eggs, right? And cheap gasoline, right? And, like, that's not happening, right? You have the avian flu pissing off our largest trading partners, right? Creates a energy market panic. And it's just a destabilizing factor and a destabilizing force. It's complete nonsense. And the scary part is it works. It works. You can be nonsensical, right? Spit out nonsense, complete nonsense, and you will literally succeed in changing how people think. You will change the receptivity to things that are true, to things that are not true. And it's highly effective. It works. It works. And, like, when I see people standing up to people who are really the bad actors, like, say, like President Zelensky did to Donald Trump, it's scary how underplayed it gets. I mean, to begin to, like, suggest, right, that the facts aren't the facts, right? Russia was attacked by Ukraine, right? It was not unprovoked aggression. Is reality distortion. And so this campaign of reality distortion, we go, subverts the truth, it subverts the facts, it subverts the people who are telling the truth, and it does it in a way that's really quite deceptive. And sadly, this is what we're moving towards, Like, I don't know how to fight it. I mean, maybe me talking a little bit can fight it. If even, right? Like, no, they want fucking raw meat. They want to be entertained. It's simply entertainment. It does not engage in the realities and the facts in a way that's reliable. It creates a degree of unreliability of the information that you're being presented. It makes it almost intolerable. It makes it into something that you just don't even want to consume. And that too is also its own sort of potion on society. You can make people so indifferent that they won't question anymore. They won't want to question. And that's where we're at. We're at the unquestioning phase, right? Like, we are at the phase, right, where facts aren't facts anymore. And that is scary. So I'm going to leave people with that to think about, right? That it no longer matters what the facts are, right? It simply is image-based. It is all image-based. It's pure image. It has nothing to do with the actual facts. And this is a problem. I mean, and like at a really more bigger level, right? Like, let's talk about this DEI cancellation that's going on, right? Like, he's canceling DEI, right? Our efforts to create more diversity, more equity, more inclusion in our society. Apparently, according to a lot of people, this is bad, right? It's unfair to them. They think it's going to be the unfair treatment of them because they're going to be excluded. But really, it's including the people who have been historically excluded. And that in and of itself is a way to pit people against each other. And it's also denial facts, right? Like, it is a subversion of the truth, right? We actually need diversity, equity, and inclusion. Simply gutting the government, trying to engage in mass group control and essentially mind manipulation, is a terrible basis for a government. That is not basis for government. It's the same reason, right? The LACD Ethics Commission, right? Which is not functioning effectively. They barely could even get a full panel for many years there. And then the fines are too small to be deterrent. That is not effective. It is not effective. It is not efficient, and it doesn't work. So, I like to think that, there is good government, right? That there's honest people, right? That we're not just, using raw power. But so many people are using so much raw power now that essentially we're getting muscled out of our own right to think and speak. And that is fascist. That is absolutely fascist. It is a fascist way to approach reality. So this is my YouTube rant for today. I'm going to clip it here soon. And I'm going to go, what the heck is going on here? And I'm going to hopefully have less like drive and talk going on. But right now I'm an extremely busy person. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being busy and not with, engaging in antagonism. The need to constantly antagonize people, it's Trumpian. It's Trumpian. It's absolutely Trumpian. He antagonizes everybody. Every last person he encounters or groups. He antagonizes them in a way that's often abrasively rude. And the last thing I hope anybody ever thinks I am is abrasively rude. Because that's unacceptable. And it's kind of like, okay, you can get away with corrupt behavior, right? Image, manipulation, reality, creating essentially a false idol. And that's really, really powerful. It really, really works. And people are going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it until they're stopped. And unfortunately right now, I'm not sure what's going to stop this, except for the wheels are going to come off the clown car. And it's kind of like you can bet on it, right? Like you can bet that those wheels are going to come off the clown car. Because the entire vehicle chassis, right, that the tires are attached to is not a serious chassis. It is not serious. It's not seriously planned. It's not seriously engineered. It's simply a ruse. So everybody have a good night. Don't fall for the ruses. Don't believe the propaganda. They are not being honest with you. And you have a right to ask questions. Everybody have a good night.